Yo! Yo, for anyone that's there. How we doing? Fucking on this shitty night. God damn it. Thank you, Silvers. Thank you. I was at work and I was loading in a trailer and my manager comes up to me and he's like, Evan, in a somber voice. And I was like, what's wrong? And he showed me his phone and I saw Boogie on it. And I thought, oh, whoa, shit, Boogie to the Lakers. And then I saw the Warriors signed him and I just started screaming my head off in rage. Was this a random stream? Yeah, I'm just chilling. It's not all about basketball. I just need to get it off of my chest because that shit is annoying as fuck. Ridiculous. This isn't all a basketball stream now. People talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it, but fuck, dude. I'll talk about One Piece, obviously, since that's what I mainly do, but I just had to get my frustration out there for the Warriors, man. Fucking joke. Yo, what's up, wow? Maui. Literally no point in watching the NBA. I agree. I look tired. Yeah, that's because I got home from work. Honestly thought the Warriors were going to get Debbie Howard. Debbie Howard. With that kind of contract. But Cousins fucking it. Yeah. Ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. Warriors signed Thanos to a 5-year deal. Boogie's buns for this. Yeah. Thing is, like, I thought Boogie was kind of, like, not a bitch. But he's a bitch. What a little bitch, dude. This is worse than KD. At least it feels worse. 5.3 mil, the veterans minimum. I mean, like, does he think the ring actually counts? I don't know. You washing dishes? The stream is soothing. A. What's up, HCB? Where I live in California, you think bandwagon fans are bad over there? Think about over here, man. Yeah, I assume it's probably absolutely awful. Let's rage together. Am I a Lakers fan? Listen, I will maintain this. I'm a LeBron fan. There's a difference. I love LeBron. I don't care where he is. I just like LeBron. You want to go get our shooters? They'll outshoot us. Going full stand, bro. It's just so fucking dumb, dude. Like, it's just, you get rid of JaVale McGee and sign Boogie Cousins after sweeping LeBron in the finals. It's like, oh, Houston almost beat us. I guess we got to go get Boogie. Oof. That was almost close. Warriors of the Beast Pirates. I know, I respect Kaido. I don't respect the Warriors. The Warriors beat your team and take your player. What's worse is the Warriors beat your team and take the player that wasn't even in there to play against you. Like, can you imagine how AD feels? AD and Boogie got along, and AD and Rondo got along, and they're both gone now. What you leave AD with fucking nothing. Poor AD, dude. And then next they'll sign AD. I'm not even sure if the East All-Stars or the fucking Olympic team could beat them. The East All-Stars would lose. This is literally unfair. LeBron thought he was going to get a ring in LA. Psych. I don't think LeBron thought he was going to get a ring. I think LeBron, it's basically confirmed, he just went there for his family. 4-year deal. I mean, this year, I kind of agree with what people have been saying in the media that this year is just a growing stage because at least in free agency next year, there'll be some chance to get a superstar. I don't think they're getting Kawhi this year. I don't think Pop's going to do that. Because even if they got Kawhi, I don't like what they would have to give up to get Kawhi. They would have to give up everything. Because I don't think the Spurs are just going to let him go for just like, oh, okay, we'll take one player in a first-round pick. They're going to want like Kuzma and Lonzo and no thank you. And like in a first-round pick and another first-round pick. What's up, Young Obama? What's up, Pixel? I watch basketball. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't usually watch in real time because I usually work. But I watch all the highlights. Good, Virgo. Good. It's not the Warriors' fault. It's DeMarcus' fault. Well, I saw a report from Bleacher's Report that Draymond Green was the person responsible for recruiting Boogie. So, like, in my bitch ladder, it goes Draymond. I think Boogie might have overtaken KD, and then KD is the third leading bitch in the league. Drew Holiday is good? Yeah, Drew Holiday is still good. It'll be so satisfying if they lose now. Yeah, but they're not going to lose. How did they lose? It's like the best team ever constructed, ever. Klay Thompson's your fourth best player. That's ridiculous. If LeBron beats him, he's the GOAT. I mean, yeah, but realistically, LeBron's not beating them. It's just not possible. They're too good. Hey, Drizzt, do you think Bonnie is the key to saving Kuma? I don't know. Reverse his age to a time before he got the modifications. I don't know how our powers work exactly. Yeah, Corey, I mean, that's totally a possibility. A lot of people have been thinking that. I had the same questions as you because I don't know how her fruit works on a cyborg. I'm drinking lean now. Yeah. It's like people people are kind of overreacting like what's the point of watching NBA now? But even Stephen A is saying that. Like I just saw something he posted where it's like, you know, why even watch the NBA now? It's just ridiculous. It's a guarantee. I didn't get to see it live, but I respect how you held your own against Cole. Oh, hell yeah. Laz has gone full stand and even funny more. Yeah, Laz is on some dumb shit. I don't know what's wrong with Laz, but I'm going to probably have to keep him in check during Wano. What do you think about Lance playing with LeBron? That's a meme and a half. I hope there's some funny like interviews with him where the interviewers talk to him about their history together. But he's basically a dog. I think that's good to have. The Cavs never had anyone like Lance on their team. So I like it. He'll be a good mentor for the younger players. They always blame Draymond because well, that's because Draymond's a bitch. Apparently, the story no one wanted to pay DeMarcus, so he called the Warriors and asked to play with them. LOL. Yeah, I just saw that when I was starting up the stream, but it doesn't really change anything. His preferred teams to go to were the Warriors and the Celtics. What's up, Matter? What's with the new step? I like it. Oh, I've had this for a while. I just didn't use it before, and I was gonna use it last time, but my shit got bent, so I had to fix it. Do any of you know how Cousins' Achilles injury is coming along? He won't be back until January, I think, but like, does it really matter? He's gonna be there for the postseason and get a free ring. Achilles injuries are very, very hard to come back from, but I'm not gonna rule him out until I see that he's out. So. Oh no, don't say that about Laz. No, Laz is tweaking, bro. Like, he's literally tweaking. What do you mean Laz is a stan? Laz is a huge Zoro tard. Because the stands for Zoro is Zoro tards, and then it's a Sanji stand is the reverse. So Laz is a Zoro tard. I haven't heard what you thought about the whole Marco situation or the start of Wano yet, Drizzt. What do you want to ask about the Marco situation? What are we doing on stream, by the way? I'll probably talk about the chapter, talk about the next chapter. We'll just, I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of wing it like I normally do. If I was thinking, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this on stream or record as a video, but I heard the new chapter of Sweet Home came out, so I might do a live reaction to that because I've rather enjoyed reading that, especially at night. Hashtag BallsackVic. It's if you don't make me blue, we are boxing. Oh yeah? I have like 100 mods though, Virgo, but you're my boy, so what? How could I not add you? Warriors of the Gorosei, basically. What's the lad saying? He's just saying typical Zoro type stuff. He quoted a tweet today about Zoro versus Ichigo and like Jump Force, and he said, Zoro wins, like, which is ridiculous, obviously. And just in the discussions, talking to Laz whenever Zoro comes up, at any opportunity, he's just totally just jacking off. If any of you play with the Warriors in 2K, you deserve to get rocked in your job. Me and my friend were bitching about this before the stream, and he was like, man, I don't even want to get 2K now, but I pre-ordered it already. Yo, what's up, Calendar? Yo, Ivan, what's up, dude? Busy looking for a job, I feel you. Is AD going nuclear next year? I mean, I'd go bad for him. I don't think he's going nuclear. Yo, Lando, what's up? Lando, why is your actual name Lando checking in? Like, is that your YouTube? Like, yeah, that's your YouTube name too. What's with that? Because like checking in is your catchphrase, but that's not necessarily your name. I thought that was like, huh. All right. All right. Zoro is the best though. Yeah, but you gotta be realistic. And also, I think Zoro is my number 7 or 8 favorite character in the series. Where do I live? I live in Pennsylvania, Corey. From what I've been told and what I looked up from the location, I live about an hour away from Tekking. From college student to unemployed is such a pain in the ass. Well, I mean, I worked throughout the entirety of college, so I kind of feel that, but yeah. I hear back from that Florida job. Well, I just applied last week, so it should take a little bit before I actually hear back. So we'll see. I haven't gotten a phone call yet. Yeah, so still waiting for a little bit. Do I think we'll see a Marco fight on the island or that he'll leave for Wano? And just your general thoughts on finally seeing Wano, that entire section. Oh, okay. I guess I'll answer it piece by piece. Do I think we'll see the full fight on the island? No. Definitely not, because the main cast is no longer there. I don't think we'll ever see a real full fight unless other people are around. We'll probably see the aftermath or like the beginning of it. If you want to compare it to anything, compare it to like, I don't know, maybe like the Blackbeard and Ace fight where we saw a little bit of it and then we skipped to the end where Ace lost. That could be something with Marco. And I think it's kind of implied that eventually, or some circumstance or plot development is going to lead Marco to Wano. I still believe in that. However that happens, I'm not sure. General thoughts on Wano? I thought that was, I mean, the most enjoyable part of the chapter for me was the Marco part, which is weird because I'm not a Marco fan. Like, Marco's all right, but I was never going to rank him in one of my favorite characters lists. He's like an all right guy, but I really like that chapter, like that part of the chapter. So I would put that over the Wano part for sure. The Wano part in general, it was nice. I mean, I don't think it was amazing or anything, but it was solid. Do I like Ben Simmons? Yeah, Ben's cool. He just needs to learn how to actually put the ball in the basket without being 3 inches away from the rim. Go meet him and make a video in a small room. Well, first of all, Tekking doesn't even actually know my name. Out of every one of the the superstars, I've talked to Tekking 0 times. So, one, he doesn't know who I am. 2, Tekking kind of gives me that vibe that he wouldn't even do that even if you asked him to. Like to meet up, because that'd be weird. Unless I'm like bros with Tekking like I am with JB, I don't think that would happen. And 3, me and Tekking are completely the opposite type of people, so I don't think that would work. But if he ever offered it, I would do it just to see what's up with him. I must live in rural Pennsylvania because you said you don't know who Big Sean is. No, I just don't know much about rap outside of what I listen to. I'm not cultured there, which is why I never pretend to know what I'm talking about. Never will. It's like that kind of thing where you only know what you listen to. Like, I don't keep up with music or album releases or anything. Me too, Drizzt. Where I'm from Uniontown. Uniontown! Ugh! Yo, Calendar, I used to live in Uniontown. Some of my worst memories are from Uniontown. Whenever my parents first divorced and I got put into my mom's custody, I lived in Uniontown for... And my grandma lives in Uniontown. I went to we moved from apartment to apartment to apartment to apartment in Uniontown for a couple years, and I lived with my grandma for a couple years. That place is a shithole, man. You actually don't live that far from me. I like the place where I work is Newsstand. You're like 40 minutes away from there, dude. Not that far. You're like an hour and 45 minutes. I live in Westmoreland County. Yo, what's up, lads? How you doing? How did I meet Joy Boy? Where he live at? Well, I'm not going to disclose where JB lives at because that's not I'm not allowed to do that. But how did we meet? Well, it's kind of weird because I had talked to JB on his Twitter before under my real name whenever I was in college and I didn't have a channel. I was just like, I was like the biggest nerd of his video. I was his biggest fan basically, and I would always comment on his statuses and we would just like have a short conversation. And then I started making theories on Oro Jackson, and he talked about me in 2 of his videos, shouting out my channel because he was like in love with my channel. And then I changed my Twitter name to my YouTube channel, and he's like, "Holy shit, you're Drizzt?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh crap," and then we just took off from there because we both thought alike. Are you going to add people to the stream, or are you gonna solo? I usually solo shit. I don't see why people think Marco is like top 5 characters in the series. He's fine and cool, but we've spent like 10 chapters and all. Well, I mean, people, you can like who you like. It's fine. It's just, I think people kind of just really fell in love with Marineford and they just liked Marco. No, Drizzt, Froob, and Tekking are the same person. Don't let him. Yeah, I'm serious, Calendar. I'm serious. That place fucking blows dick. Drizzt, I feel, has low tolerance. I do have a low tolerance for bullshit, but like, trust me, growing up wasn't fun for me, and Uniontown did nothing to contribute to it. That was a bad place to live in. It still is. Very bad place to live in. Never felt safe in Uniontown. There's some sketchy shit going down there. You're getting so much questions regarding the chapter, you probably should just let them know that you'll be post that video instead of tackling every topic. I mean, it doesn't really matter, Lando. People ask even if I post videos, and I can still talk about it. You drive through newsstand all the time. Yeah, I work at the UPS and newsstand, so yeah. Does Joyboy have good theories? I only ask because I don't know. Yeah, Joyboy has good theories. It'll probably take a little bit before he hits his next big one, I think. Maybe sometime in Wano. Yeah, but I mean, there aren't that really many theorists in the YouTube community, to be honest. Joyboy's obviously at the top. No one can touch him. So, I mean, there's that. Marco is Ty's favorite character. If you ask Ty, he wouldn't say that. He would say, because Ty has that thug proudness, like that thug pride, he would say that it's you can't say anyone's your favorite. Like he doesn't want to be tied down to any favoritism. Yeah, Uniontown does suck a lot. Yeah, it's shit. Drizzt, when did you start reading One Piece Weekly? They're about to animate the chapter I caught up on. I started reading at the very end of Zoe. Very end of Zoe. That's when I caught up. I know the feeling, Drizzt, growing up on the south side of Chicago, no stranger to danger. I mean, you probably know it more than me then, Virgo. I mean, I've been in a few dangerous situations, but like, you probably have better stories than I do. Drizzt, you don't really rock with Attack on Titan? I read Attack on Titan. I don't read it, like, I don't read it as soon as the chapter comes out. I don't really like where it's going. I guess one thing is, like, I don't know, I don't really like the characters in Attack on Titan that much. Have I considered getting Dread Stop? That's wild, dude. I've also worked at that same UPS. I worked at the one in Periopolis for 2 years, a little small ass world. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of whack, Calendar. One World could have been at the top had he not stopped. Well, here's the difference. One World was on the top. He was the predecessor to Joy Boy, because that's how Joy Boy got popular. Is that One World started slacking off in his theories, and people were going to other people for theories, and they went to Joy Boy. So Joy Boy skyrocketed over One World, and he posted much more content and way better content as well. So. Miss One World? Yeah, One World was a cool guy. You started reading Azotu. That's probably the same for most people. A lot of people that I talk to now in the community all started around the same time. And like, if you want to call us, like, this is like the millennial version of One Piece, there's a lot of people who started at Zoe, somewhere around there. Thug pride. That must be a characteristic in Home Sweet Home. No, it's like the if you ever seen the Key and Peele sketch, like proud thug. That is exactly Ty in every situation. Wait, I'm really mad about Cousins. A little bit. I'm salty. Salty boys. What happened to One World? College. He stopped having fun doing theories and stuff. So it was a combination of real life and him just like not wanting to do it anymore. I was actually held up at gunpoint about 4 weeks ago at work, Drizzy. But no matter the danger of certain stuff makes me feel better. Like my uncle. Oh shit, dude. That is fucking crazy, Virgo. And so when Joy Boy starts slipping you, you're gonna be the top of the list, the theorist list. Now, like, okay, here is my prediction, right? If I actually cared about being better, I think me and Joy Boy would kind of be similar to each other, like in the viewed wise in the community. But it's very obvious through my tendencies in my videos that I don't give a shit enough to be good. Like, in my opinion, if I wanted to be the best theorist, I could be. I think I have that potential, I just don't have the drive. So, and I like that was never the reason I made my YouTube channel. I didn't make my YouTube channel to be known as the best. You said everyone the Grand Fleet was formed. I'm late to the party. I consider that pretty early to the party. Just you should burn Cousin's jersey on Delolo. If I had one, I mean I wouldn't burn it, but that would be the greatest meme. You've been reading One Piece all the way back when you had shown a jump subscription in 0405? God damn. That's respect right there. What do you think about the Master J diss track? I didn't listen to it. Cody, my boy Cody says, Drizzt, what are my 4th of July plans if you haven't already talked about it? I have that one uncle that always brings hundreds of dollars of fireworks and sets up a huge family gathering. Well, I haven't done fireworks on 4th of July since I lived back at my old rented house with my brother and my dad. We don't really care about the fireworks or anything. To me, in most holidays in my family, it's just another holiday, just another day. We don't really give a shit. Usually we just eat some food. Like my dad and I will just like make some food and shit and eat it. It'll be like the standard like burgers and, you know, grilled hot dogs and shit. We don't set up any fireworks though because we're not spending money on that shit. I could be the best hentai theorist. I could legitimately talk about relative things to hentai because I mean, there's some bad shit in hentai that just needs to be fixed. Hey, what's up, Shoko? So every One Piece at the end of the Impel Down. God damn, dude. Well, that means you were there week by week for Ace. Yo, that's awesome, dude. Holy crap. Not even the fact that I got held up that angers me. It's the fact that they were friends of my coworker who is also currently in custody. Oh my god, that's a lot of drama, dude. God damn. Bought fireworks on Sunday for Canada Day, but it's better to go out and watch them instead. I agree with that. Hey, Jits, what's your favorite thick neck, my guy? Favorite? I guess that's the difference. The biggest neck in the One Piece is Asgard Moria. My favorite thick neck? That might go to one of the OG necks, Akainu. Akainu's got that neck. since day one. He didn't start off with a skinny neck and then go into a big neck. He had a huge ass neck since day one, so. Because Oda's artwork changed during that time period. So, everyone had thick necks. Shanks got a big ass thick neck. Ace got a big ass thick neck, and his body type completely changed. Shanks as well. Yeah, Shanks. Yep. Marco versus Kizaru. Who wins? Kizaru beats the shit out of Marco. No contest. Victor asks, what antagonist do you want to see return and play a major role? Crocodile, Enel, Moria, etc. Crocodile. I love Crocodile. He's one of my favorite characters in the series. Love Crocodile. Although Lucci is right there. I think maybe I like Lucci a tad bit more, but Lucci's basically already here. So out of the ones that aren't in the store yet, give me Croc. You caught up all the shots weren't Punk Hazard. Yo, that's still way early, bro. How would I feel if Oda's art style changed again? I wouldn't mind. I feel like artists usually try and go through this trend. I wouldn't really care. If anything, I'd probably like it more because it usually gets better over time. It's like if you compare Miura and Berserk, the early art to the later art, it's like all right to God level. So, what about Buggy-sama's neck? No. Dude, Mr. One's neck though, bro? Yeah, Mr. One had a good ass neck. HCB, do you think Roger was really the strongest pirate, or are they saying that because they found a One Piece? I feel like Roger would probably win extreme diff, like the hardest extreme diff against the other people of his time, but Roger wasn't leaps and bounds over anyone. I mean, he was literally equal, basically equal in standing to Shiki and Whitebeard, so. And since if Emu is the final villain, then I would have assumed that for the time period, Emu was stronger than Roger. So. Fuck you, Frib. You started reviewing the Straw Hats, got separated, but since I was poor, I read most of them in bulk at a local library. Plus, I only watched the Funimation dub. Yo, speaking of local library, I used to read manga from local library too. Because before I had the internet, which I lived almost all of my life without the internet. I didn't get into the internet until the end of my 10th grade in high school. I used to walk from my rented home 40 minutes to the library so I could get online and actually use the internet, and I would rent manga from there because I was too poor to actually afford manga books. So there was a few ones. I think Marmalade Boy. There was like Ghost Story one. None of the big names though were there. It was like a bunch of small, lesser known ones. I think it's possible for Mihawk and Emu to be related. Not really. I don't think that is going to... I would never bet on that to be the case. So. Did your library bless you with One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Whistle back in my day? Yeah, mine didn't have that. Tenth grade, yeah. Well, well, just to give you like some background, obviously, like I told you, I grew up in a divorced family. My parents divorced whenever I was 4, and so I spent a lot of my life moving from place to place whenever I was with my mom because my mom was less financially stable than my dad. but she had custody of me and my brother. So I would chill with her. That's when I lived in Uniontown and stuff. Is when I was living with my mom, because my mom lived in Uniontown at the time, and I didn't have like anything basically. I thought it was like one of my friends in the cul-de-sac apartments we lived in. He had a Nintendo 64, and I thought like that was so privileged because like I didn't have that. I was like, holy shit, that's awesome! Like you have that? Wow! And like I would go over his house all the time to play like Mega Man and stuff. But yeah, but like the only things I had were like Dragon Ball Z toys and shit. Because I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z like most other kids. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z and shit. And then I got a 64. So I remember the one time I was an idiot. I was 4. This was like right around the time my parents broke up and stuff. Is my brother had like 89 stars on Mario 64, and I erased his account. And he got so pissed. I was like, oh, and I ran away. Also, when I was 4, whenever my parents were still together, there was this tomboy that lived behind my house. Her name was Jess, and they had a golden retriever pet. And I thought they were holding it captive because I was a kid and I didn't understand. So I let I let the dog go from the leash outside. I was like, "Oh, you're free." It came back, but I was retarded. No internet, man. You had a hard. Yeah, you don't believe like whenever, because that was the thing I care about the most, because all of my friends, every single one of them, without exception, they all had internet and they were all playing Halo and they were all playing the first COD 4. And I was like, man, I wish I could do that. Like, cause like I wanted to be a part of all my friends doing that, because I mean, even hanging out with people was a rarity for me, because I mean, we're cool now, but I used to be deathly afraid of my dad because the relationship between me and my family wasn't really that great. It was like, it could go south real fast depending on what our money situation was. Because my dad was so stressed out with money because he was trying to provide for both me, my brother, and himself while he was suffering from all the payments he was making to keep us like in a stable home where we weren't moving from place to place. Because the rented house I was living in, my dad only chose to live there so that me, my brother, and I wouldn't have to keep moving from place to place, so it wouldn't feel like we just didn't have a home. So my dad, he's like, well, I'll take the bullet and I'll provide for everything that you guys need. But we didn't we didn't have a lot. I'll put it that way. Yo, extra thick. Yo, what's up, extra? How you doing, man? Tokyo Ghoul manga? Yeah, I'm just glad it's over. Thank God it's over. I was not liking it. It's not that I didn't respect you before, but I have even more now, my guy. Hey. Drizzt, dude, do you predict anything interesting coming out of the Olympus cover story? I've been done with it for a while and seriously hope we start a new one. I don't think anything amazing is going to come out of it. Just was liberating things back in the day, young dragon. Yeah, that dog was free as fuck, boy. I'll tell you that. Yeah, but back whenever I lived in my old house in Bradenville, man, I had a bunch of memories from there. I was a weird boy, man. I was kind of fucked up, to be honest. Like, I killed a baby bird once, just on purpose. I thought it was an enemy. I was like, enemy spotted. UAVing, I don't know, but like, I remember me and the boys that used to live across from us, Zach. We all got tennis rackets and we beat the shit out of a bee nest, and it came out and bit our asses. I remember one time, us three, Zach, my brother Reese, and I, we would go to the playground, and there was always another group of girls there, and it was kind of like a rivalry between us. And one of them bit Zach, and we thought he got cooties, so we wrapped his arm up. Like, you'll be okay, man. Trust me. Man, we were dumb, man. Do I have a stable home now? Yeah. Well, I only have a stable home because my grandpa passed away. So that's the only reason I have one. I mean, I lived in the rented house for a long time, but things weren't good there. That's whenever I was afraid of my dad. I didn't have a good relationship with my dad because, to just let you guys in, like, I didn't really have many friends. Like, I had Spence and Matt, who were my childhood friends, basically, in a manga. I was born, like, my mom and their moms were pregnant together, and they worked at the same place. And so we basically knew each other before birth, kind of thing. So we've been close friends growing up. Now, Spence lives in LA working at Google. I was over, he came in for a marriage a few weeks ago, and I was hanging out with him. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, my dad's situation. But yeah, I mean, I was always afraid to make friends when growing up because I thought my dad would get mad if I made friends. Because I didn't want to impose upon him because I don't know if you guys remember when you're young, or there's a situation where you have to figure out which parent's going to drive you places. Back whenever me, my dad, and my family were going through rough issues, he never drove us anywhere. He didn't want to do that shit because I could only hang out with my friends if they chose to pick me up and drive me home. And I was afraid to make friends. I didn't make like a serious other friend. Like, I had friends at school and stuff, but people I hung out with outside school, I didn't make another one until like 6th grade. And then his parents always came and picked me up and dropped me home. And then I met, if you guys have been in the Twitch streams, Cody, Rise Above It. I met him. I met him in 7th grade with Brian. These are my two best friends right now who I'm gonna live with at some point. Yeah, he lived down the hill from my house because I used to live on top of a giant hill. And then I was like, oh, this is perfect. I can just run down the hill and I don't need transportation. So I would just run down the hill and I hang out with him like every day. My dad seems like a good. Yeah, I love my dad. I love my dad because right now, as I'm older, I understand everything he went through. But as I was growing up, I was just filled with kind of like I still loved him, but at the same time, there was like some contempt in my heart because I'm a kid, and I didn't understand all the things he was going through. I just kind of wanted the world to be focused around me. So, like I didn't understand. I just kind of wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be like all the other boys. So like that was kind of resentful because we never really had much money. So I was like, man, if only we had more money, I could be like everybody else. And these are lessons that I value growing up. Like, as I said in the Top One Piece Girl stream, that's why I connect so much with Nami's backstory, because I grew up living just like, I mean, I wish I had so much more shit. So I have more appreciation now. I've been through a fair amount of drama in my life, probably not as extreme as other people. Child Drizzt is on another level. Yeah, I was a psychopath, dude. Sorry about your gramps. Yeah, it's another thing. Growing up, because my grandpa died. This sounds pretty fucked up. My grandpa died the day after I graduated high school. He'd been in a home for a couple years before that, 2 years in fact. I hated my grandpa. Because I kind of projected onto him the problems because it was some of his fault for kind of how my dad was, because my grandpa beat the shit out of my dad when he was growing up. They hated each other. That's why my dad joined the Marines when he was 17 just to get away from my grandpa, because he would always take everything out on my dad instead of my dad's sisters, because they were his angels and he wouldn't touch them, but he would beat the shit out of my dad. So a lot of my dad's anger issues come from the fact that it was actually my grandpa. And my grandpa had his own fair of issues, and there are reasons for why he ended up as he did. And I didn't understand that. Like, I didn't understand the things he was going through. So, because anytime we would go over, like, on the weekends, even though my dad at the time really didn't like my pap, he was still family. So we cared about him. So on the weekends and shit, we would go visit my grandpa, and I was like, man, we got to go visit grandpa. Come on, man. But we would go there, and usually my pap would get into a fight with my dad, and it would turn into a yelling match. And it was not something I like to be around. So, and my pap did some stupid shit because he was old, and he was we didn't know at the time, but he had symptoms of dementia. So he would do some dumb shit sometimes and just start yelling and shit. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate my pap way more now that I'm mature. I wish I had this knowledge whenever I was younger. I could have done so much more. I could have understood so much better, but I didn't. So, I still loved him, but part of me, like, I don't know, I projected some of my problems onto him. Just not the kind of guy to ask his friends for money. No, I never asked for money, ever. Ever. Your dad died when you were 7? Oh, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. You shared one room with your 4 cousins? Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't really know my cousins as much anymore. I grew up in Uniontown with my cousins used to be down there. And they experienced similar problems too, because on my mom's side of the family, there were some fucked up individuals. I didn't trust any of them outside of my grandma and my mom. What's the wildest One Piece theory you've been hearing since wherever you started? Oh, a popular one? I don't know. God, I probably some Oro Jackson dumb shit, to be honest. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. It is Shanks' emu. That's the most retarded theory ever. PTSD, right? Yeah, I told you guys before, but I'll retell it. My pap, which is my grandpa, I call him Pap. We call him Pap because I'm Russian and shit. But my pap was in the Korean War, and he killed people there, and it fucked him up. And his best friend basically sacrificed his life to save my pap, and it blew out the earring on one. It blew out his hearing on one side of his ear because a mortar landed right next to them, and they were both named Mike. My grandpa's name is Mike, and so is his best friend. And the mortar blew up my pap's best friend Mike into pieces, basically, and it saved my pap. But that's very traumatic. And he came back a different man. He tried to kill people when he was waking up. My Bubby, which is my grandma, she used to wake up my pap with a broomstick because she didn't want him to try and strangle her from waking him up. That's what war does to you. Respect to your dad. I also joined the Marines when I was 18 to get away from family. Yeah, I mean, it's a common thing. I didn't have any main problems when I was little other than losing my father. Had a little school problems, but that's it. Yeah, I had school problems as well. I think we all did. That's kind of what it means to grow up, is you go through school and you have problems there. Most people have some problems to some degree. Kaido is Katakuri's dad. That's retarded as well. Yeah, that's definitely up there. Yeah, that theory was trash, Froob. Let's see. What, in your opinion, is the best theory that didn't come true? Mine personally was Kaido is Napoleon. that didn't come true? Probably some of the Whole Cake Island theories for how the arc was going to end. Or just theories about people in Whole Cake Island. There were a lot of good ideas from the community in Whole Cake Island that all of them were debunked. What happened to Mama Drizzt? Mama Drizzt is still alive, although she has leukemia. But it's into a regressed state right now. But she got leukemia a few years ago, about 5 or 6. But my mom has lived ever since I got my rented house with my dad. She's basically lived her from 2005 to now with basically no money because of like illnesses and stuff. I love my mom. My mom is like an inspiration to being a different person. Because my mom used to have my mom had a rough childhood. Like, you could not even believe how much this woman has gone through. Like, it's some really fucked up shit. But yeah, I mean, my mom went from being an alcoholic and a druggie to being just an angel. Like, she changed. That was kind of the reason for the divorce of my parents. Is, you know, life kind of hit her. You know, the drugs were bad, the alcohol was bad. And she quit. She quit smoking. She quit drinking. She put it all away. Her attitude changed. She is nothing like what she was before. Completely different woman. And I love her for it. She sacrificed so much for my brother and I. Like, I didn't understand it until later, man. But, like, what a woman. You know, I'm getting kind of emotional talking about it. But, you know, mothers really are the best, man. She sacrificed so much for my brother and I growing up to try and make sure we had the best kind of life that she could give us. And whenever custody changed between my mom and my dad, it was all because my mom let it happen. My mom had the majority over us, but my mom realized that my dad made more money and that he could provide a better lifestyle for my brothers and I. So my mom sacrificed custody of my brother and I, and she saw us way less, like way less. My mom, I mean, she sacrificed basically a lot of us growing up just so that we could live a better life. And life just keeps piling more and more shit onto my mom, but she tries to stay positive. Ugh. I remember too, because like whenever I used to live in Uniontown, I was obsessed with trying to get my mom to stop smoking because I was afraid she was going to get cancer later in her life. Because cancer has completely decimated my mom's side of the family, and it's the reason why my grandma died as well. Is because of cancer, because she smoked her entire life and she was a chain smoker. And my mom smoked since she was 7 years old. And I was like, Mom, you got to stop smoking. It's not good for you. Like, and I was like 9 years old at this time, right? And I would beg, and I would beg my mom every year, like, please promise me you'll stop smoking. I don't want you to die. Eventually that worked. It was the major reason why my mom stopped smoking. And then my mom stopped smoking, and then she gets leukemia. Cody Harper says, Drizzt, dude, I'm glad you're able to pull out a bunch of tough situations. What kind of dad do you want to be? I know I'm going to be the one to embarrass my kids the time with horrible puns. I don't know. I feel like, what kind of dad I want to be? I want to be, because I feel like everyone's dad Everyone wants to give their children what they didn't have in life. Like, that's it. They take what the worst thing about their childhood was and try to make sure their children never go through with that. I think the best thing I would do for my children is I would try to give them freedom of choice. Like, I want them to learn some of the lessons that I learned. Because a lot of things that separated me from other kids growing up, and it's why, like, I'm so different today, and I think it's why, like, common sense-wise, like, I feel like, at least for my peers growing up, like, I had a different perspective on life, and I thought it was good. You know, a lot of the kids in high school or middle school were all spoiled brats, and they didn't understand anything. Like, they didn't understand, like, you know, not having money for clothes, you know, because every year in school, like, the big thing in school is, like, you know, everyone has all these outfits to wear, and when I was growing up, it was just, like, you know, like, I wore hand-me-downs, and I wore shit clothes that's just, like, these really bad, like, you know, Walmart clothes. They weren't brand name. I was like, oh, this, and for me, it was like, holy crap. You know, I get some clothes once a year because my dad would come every summer, and he would buy my brother and I some clothes. So I kind of want my kids to understand, like, these principles, like, you know, appreciation for what you have. But at the same time, like, because one of the things in my childhood is I didn't have really that much freedom because I was afraid to make friends because I was afraid of what was going to happen. But I would like my children to experiment with that. You know, like, go out there. I don't want to be too strict to the point. Like, I want to be just right in between being a strict father, a lovable father, but in the end, knowing I have to let my kids go at some point. What state do I live in? I live in Pennsylvania. Drizzt, why didn't you stay around the My Hero stream, man? It was kind of boring. We needed you. Because honestly, like, my opinions on My Hero is I'm not a My Hero expert or anything. So, like, I didn't really have that much to contribute. Right? I didn't have that much to contribute. Like, I was only going to talk about things that I wanted to talk about, but I feel like everyone did a really good job in that stream. I didn't really need to say anything. I went through a lot. Sorry. Don't be sorry. No reason to be sorry, man. I'm happy for what I lived up with. I grew up with. 7? Yeah, my mom got peer pressure whenever she was a young girl to smoke, and she got hooked onto it because older girls made her smoke, and she'd been smoking ever since. And it was a way to escape from her shitty life because my mom used to live in Kentucky, and my mom used to get beat brutally by my grandma, which would be her mom, and then the sadistic man who she married. Very abusive, and my mom was sexually... I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, you get the gist. So my mom, she graduated high school and she got the fuck out of that state. Give me the best dad fruit. Yeah, you're gonna be high all the time. Real shit, man. Yeah. Close for excess instead of toys. Shit real makes you stronger. Yeah. Whenever I was growing up, man, like, my dad, ever since I was little, he would get me clothes for Christmas. And when I was a little kid and all I wanted was games and stuff, I was like, man, why does dad keep getting me clothes? I hate clothes. I want video games. Give me this new video game. And like I would always get clothes. And now when I'm older, as soon as I turned 18, I didn't want anything anymore. I was like, give me clothes. I love clothes. You know, I want more clothes. Every Christmas, like, whatever, just give me clothes. Sorry for bringing that up, Drizzt. No, don't be sorry, man. It's all good. If I didn't want to talk about it, I wouldn't say anything. My mom grew poor in Mexico, living in a mud house with only 2 dresses to wear, her whole childhood, and 1 pencil for school, always being made fun of every day. Yeah, it's kind of similar to my mom. Hey, Jits, what do you think Oda introduced the character Pound? I think there's something deep about this guy. I think so as well, man. Pound's my boy. I live near Tekking. I do live near Tekking, Aurora. I do. Hard times build characters. I'm realizing that shit from my childhood. Lights always off. Boiling water, take a bath. City bus to the school. Holes in shoes, etc. Yeah, man. Yeah. How do you feel about wanting to die? Has your mom ever been suicidal? I don't think she's been suicidal, but she hasn't talked to me about it. Me personally, like, I'm not a suicidal person, but like, okay, so hear me out real quick, right? So I don't know if any of you guys have this thought, but like sometimes when I'm driving, like let's say I'm on the freeway, like I don't want this to happen, but the random thought occurs in my subconscious of me just like purposely driving into the railing and just like crashing my car. Like I don't want that to happen because like I don't suffer from depression. Like I'm a pretty lean guy. Like I mean I'm all chill and shit, but like I'll randomly have that thought. Yeah, my mom is literally a life story, dude. Yo, Witch, thanks for the $10, guys. Send my dues. Good ass stream time, man. Yo, thanks, Witch. I appreciate it, man. Somehow turn into a Drizzt backstory stream. I've done something similar to this before. My ex went through the same as your mom. I can definitely tell it affected her so bad she won't even let me see my son since Father's Day 2016. Ended up shooting me in the head with a 38. Got real depressed about. Oh, dude, Trevor, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of things that happen in my life. You want to hear a cool story? So this is whenever my grandma got cancer. She didn't last long when she had to go to the hospital, but in the hospital she had kind of gone into a deep sleep, like we couldn't wake her up from. And I was there with my aunts, both my aunts, my dad, my brother, and the pastor from my church came to like give blessings because I'm Greek Orthodox for those who don't know. And she didn't wake up the entire time, and uh my priest came in, Father John, what is his name? So Father John comes in and he starts giving some prayers out, right? Because obviously the situation is pretty dark. And this is crazy. I can't make this up, but Father John goes to my grandma. He touches her hand and he says something, and he tells her to open her eyes. And then as soon as he said that, my grandma was like, and then she immediately woke up and opened her eyes, and everyone was just like in shock because it was just like it felt like it was fake, but it was so surreal. Like I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. Oh, is that so, Corey? Yeah, I can see that. Bro, I work in the kitchen of a restaurant, and I sometimes wonder if I cut my finger off, I can have a few days off. Yeah, I know that. Because I had similar treatment to Sanji when my mom had to send me to live with my older sister. She abused me mentally and physically, and I could say a word. You can say a word for years, even call me a failure. Yo, dude, that sucks. That sucks, man. But hey, on the bright side, look where you are today, man. That builds character. What's up, Kay? Oh, really, Rios? Damn, boy. Also, Raining. What's up? I see you deleted some messages and people were worried about you. What's up, man? We can all talk. You don't like being touched? Oh, okay. I see where that's from. Yeah. The flamingo will escape and will down. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of crazy shit happens in everyone's life, man. I feel like the cool thing about life is that everyone has their own story, and it's different in some ways. Like, and I don't think my life has been bad. Like, I think I lived a good life. So I don't want to come off as someone who's just like, you know, my life's so much worse than you guys. I'm better than you, but because I think a lot of you guys have probably experienced a lot more worse shit than me, to be honest. Yo, what's up, Pally Lance? New studio, just a green screen, so you don't have to see my shitty basement. Man, I have so many stories from my life. Of if my pap had a gag, this would be what my pap would do. One of my pap's favorite sayings was "kiss my ass," but I remember there's this one situation that like his "kiss my ass" gag was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So my pap, and my dad were arguing because my pap was like he was losing his mind at that point, so he had some kind of dementia, and he wanted the keys to his car because he wanted to drive places, but it wasn't safe for him to do that because he couldn't. It wouldn't it wouldn't be good for his health. And he was like, "Well, kiss my ass." My dad told my pap that he said, "Kiss my ass." He was like, "I wish I could." Like, and another time, my pap, when he said "kiss my ass," he grabbed his balls and shook them, and my dad was like, "That isn't your ass, pap." He's like, "Oh, I wish it was." It's just funny shit. You have a story too? Hey, story time, baby. If you watch 2 hours a day life leak videos like me, you appreciate a life where you don't get killed on the street. Yeah. Jesus says, "Bro, I grew up in Newmarket and it was rough, man. Like hearing murders and people dying in front of my building window, and we lived in the ground floor. Yo, that sucks, bro." Yeah, my pap was hilarious, man. Is your pap your grandpa? Yes, yes. Oh god, he was funny. Oh, did I not say Newark? I think I said Newmark instead. You don't need other people to put up with me, so I don't bother speaking. I mean, you seem like a pretty cool person to me, Rainen. But I respect your ideas. I just want Drizzt to say his top 5 NBA teams. Oh, like who's the best teams in the NBA right now? Warriors, Rockets, Celtics. I don't know if Philly's there yet. I'll say LeBron on LA is good enough to be there, like in the running, basically. He's kind of I feel like that they'll be in the same like OKC territory, Rocket territory. Let's tell us love stories. Love stories. I don't really have that many. I've been in love twice in my life. When your grandma died, my grandpa was eating at B-Dubs and he said, I don't know why Viagra commercials say go to doctor 4 hours. I just say bring more. That's a meme, bro. Do I have any awkward first crushes at all? You don't have to answer. No, not really awkward. Not really. The first crush I ever remember was when I was in kindergarten, and like me and this other kindergartner girl kind of liked each other. Her name was Violet. But I don't remember much. Like any awkward ones? No, not really. I'm not really that awkward. Like anymore. At least. I remember one time I was in, I think it was 7th grade actually. I was walking in the mall with my brother because I usually went to the mall once or a few times a year with my dad because it was a rare place for us to go because we never really had money to spend. We just went there to go look at stuff that we didn't have when we wish we did. But the few times we would go there, it was like a big occasion for me and my brother because we would get to see shit that we wanted but couldn't have. And I was walking around and this random girl came up to me with like a group of girls and she like wrote her number on my arm and she's like, call me, and I never did. I was like, fuck you. But I got booed, not right now, no. By me and my older brother were waiting for our parents to return to the room. Respect, I was so awkward when I was younger. I mean, like I was awkward, but like to be honest, whenever I was younger, like my priority wasn't getting pussy or whatever. Like I honestly, like I didn't give a shit. I was like, because like my opinion or like my thoughts on like love is like I want it to occur organically. Like I want it to be like, oh, it just happens and we just like we work together and shit, or like we meet, we know each other and just like we start to get closer to each other over time, and that's how it works. That's like my preferred way of getting a relationship. I don't like try to go out and purposely just like hunt girls down to try and get their numbers and shit. For me, it's like nah, I'm not desperate, so it's never been like a huge priority for me, to be honest. Crazy One Piece can bring so many people together. Yeah, that's right. Just the play. I am not a player at all. I mean, I'm a funny guy, but I don't try to. I'm not a playboy or anything. You're in a relationship in a year and a half, for a year and a half. Oh, that's nice. I remember. This is a weird story because this was a year after I graduated high school. So I had this one friend. His name was Dominic. We just call him Dom. But like Dom was my friend in high school, and he was like he was one of like my nerd friends basically, and I was really good friends with him. Like me and him got along really well. We are like our clique. He was well accepted within our group of friends, and he committed suicide after going to Pitt for a year. And I remember it was rough being at his funeral because my best friend Brian, his girlfriend used to date Dom, and the reason he committed suicide is because Sarah broke up with him basically, and he committed suicide. He went out to the forest, called the police, and said there was a shooting and shot himself. And being at his funeral was tough. I'll never forget the faces of his mom and dad whenever they were walking up the aisle because they were just absolutely devastated. Like, which they should be. I mean, losing your child before is no parent should ever have to bury their kids. It's the worst feeling you could possibly ever have, and I just remember seeing them just they were just devastated. I didn't know how to handle it. Because I went there with one of my other friends, Steve. We went to the viewing and we went to the actual funeral, and it was just like I'll never forget it. Because I didn't really know what to think. It was the first time it happened to me. It's hard to find quality ladies later in life, but it's also hard for girls to find quality men later on. Or so it seems. Yeah, I mean that's usually how relationships go. When I hear suicide, when I do it, please stop. Okay, I'll stop, Brandon. I want to make you uncomfortable, Brandon. I don't want to. I'm sorry if I overstepped my bounds. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean it. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of stories in my life. But yeah, remember in fifth grade, I was kind of crushing a girl sitting next to me when another girl just threw a note at me saying she hated me. Let's see. I remember one of my high school crush. I had this high school crush for 3 years. I had it ever since I was a freshman. But there was this one girl named Karina, and like she was like basically kind of my type. She was like soft spoken, but she was like a tomboy. Haha. Right. So, but she was every single boy in the school loved her. Like she had like a following of people that also wanted to like be with her. And she was in a long relationship. Like she was on the swim team and she got together with this other boy, and they dated for like 2.5 years. And like I still liked her during that point in time. So I was just like, if she's ever available, well maybe I'll try my luck on her. But they never broke up until after high school. So like I liked her for like the entirety of the time. I never gave up. But that's been a lot of my loves for the most part. Like I used to work at McDonald's, and there was this girl I really liked at McDonald's, but she was in a long relationship as well, and she got married. So I was like, oh well, fuck that. You ever get pulled over by the cops during the car when a friend or a family member got pulled over? Yeah, actually, my friend, my Spence, who was like my best friend growing up, I got pulled over in his convertible, and I took a picture. I was like, hey, look at this. Oh, when I got my first Zenkai boost. God damn it. Just, would you ever be friends with someone with powers, like being able to control fire lightning? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna let that. I mean, it wouldn't bother me. That'd be pretty cool, actually. But she's a thought. Drizzt, don't love her. You like these streams? Well, I'm glad you do, because I kind of got the impression that I was kind of depressing you, and I don't want to make you feel or remember things you don't want to remember right now. So, yeah, that's just how it is right now, baby. I also have a bunch of memories that I've suppressed, probably for good reason though. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have a rough life. Brago had a rough life as well. I know that. If I could move to Japan, would I? No, I wouldn't. I mean, unless I knew, like, even if I knew the language, I don't know why I would go. Because for me, the thing I value the most in life right now are my friends, Cody and Brian, which occasionally come into the stream and troll me. And even working at UPS right now, it hinders my ability to be with them. If I lived in a time zone that was like that many hours away, I would basically never be able to be with my friends, and that would suck. That's the reason why I'm moving down. Like, I want to move down to Florida so I can be with my friends for like forever, lifelong friendship. I value them over everything, basically, aside from family. Damn it, just why you're so popular. I'm not popular at all. I'm the opposite of popular. Is Foreverworld cool? I don't know. I don't know him, to be honest. I mean, I don't like him, but I don't know if he's a bad person. Just moved to San Fran, work for a tech company. I mean, if I got offered a job in San Francisco and they paid for me to move out, I would totally move out. Like, for me, it's a priority of trying to get my life established. But like, my friend just told me today, because him and his girlfriend, Brian and his girlfriend, bought a house down in Florida, and there are 2 extra bedrooms, and he told me, he's like, you know, if you ever come down here and you need a place to crash, you can come live with us for a while. The rent will be really, really cheap. So, I mean, my bros look out for me. You kudos, Drizzt. One Piece, baby, yeah. I mean, I'm an alright guy, I feel like. I'm not a bad guy. I'm an asshole, but I've chilled out a lot since high school. I used to be a pretty hateful person in high school. I still had like my close niche of friends, but I was resentful towards people who, certain types of people. It was good to see you in the top 18 One Piece girls live stream. I'm glad you think that, because you're probably one of the only people who did. Let's see. Dude, you should head down there. New space, new environment, a fresh start of sorts. I would if I was more financially independent, because I would already be down there, but like you guys know that I basically grew up poor as shit, right? But I paid part of my tuition every semester in college. So all of my money, every part of my excess money went for college. So I don't have my own car. Like I'm in debt. I don't have a lot in the bank. I'm basically I'm the epitome of a broke college student. So I don't really have the funds to pay to go down there without someone else paying for me. Like, which is why I like if I get a job down in Florida, I would need like a signing bonus so I can get my life like on fucking track. I love seeing you listen to the live stream. Hey, my loyal fans. Yeah, most people hated me, as I noticed. Because I'm assuming you got your name from the Forgotten Realms books. When did you read those? Oh, that is my childhood. Part of my escapism from the shit that was happening to me in real life was reading. I grew up reading the Legend of Drizzt. So I mean that was like that helped me cope. To be honest, I that in the Legend of Shannara. I grew up starting in 3rd grade up through high school. I read those books. Have I ever gotten in any fights, got your ass kicked ass, and took names? Nope. Never. I've never been in a fight in my life. I've never had a reason to be in a fight. I never got my ass kicked because I've never been in a fight. I've wrestled around with friends, but that's different. It's not serious. I've never had an enemy like that, to be honest. I always wanted to stay away from fights because part of it was fear of the consequences of being in a fight. Not getting hurt, but like so I told you I grew up in a financially strict environment. So whenever I would get hurt in life, I would hide it so that my dad wouldn't have to pay for it. So like torn tendons, like stretched tendons in my fingers, I would hide because I was like, well, my dad's gonna get worried about spending money if he knows, so I'll just hide it. So like whenever I would I cracked my rib once. I cracked my rib once and I hid that. And I think I microfractured. Well, I microfractured my rib and I microfractured my coccyx from playing football, and I hid that too. And I think I stretched my tendon in both my feet at one time, and I hid that as well. So that like I never wanted to get hurt because I didn't want to have to pay for it. Did I go to university or community college? University. Ever read Eragon? No, but I remember looking at people's books who were reading Eragon because that used to be really popular in middle school. Yo, thanks, Trevor. Also, $5 from Geo. Hey, man, I appreciate the feedback on my top 30 list from Twitter. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. The worst pain I ever had was a hard cramp in my neck that hurt all day on my graduation day. Oh, that sucks, man. Would you ever consider reading a Song of Ice and Fire? I feel like I have heard that before. Song of Ice and Fire. That cover. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, this. I had a friend who read this before, but I never really considered reading it, to be honest. Did I ever wear contact lenses? No. I didn't get glasses until I was in 10th grade. And glasses are much cheaper than contacts. So remember, growing up, didn't want to spend money, got glasses, wore them ever since. I've thought about getting comics, but still, I'm not like financially independent now, so I don't want to spend the money on that shit. That is glasses for me. What do you think of One Piece overall? Personally, it's my favorite series overall, and it's 10 out of 10 in many aspects. The failings don't hold it back. It's my favorite series as well, mainly because of all the things I've gotten out of it. You guys, JB, Brago. It's brought me together with a community, so I value it a lot. If I didn't have this One Piece community, Berserk would be my favorite though. But I'm a One Piece fanboy, so One Piece is going to be up there until if something changes. Yo, thanks, Hosea. I need to try a roadie. What's that? When you moved to the Bronx, I got beat up a lot, but it was always because I was trying to fit in. Although in the end, you just gotta take it in stride and learn from your mistakes. Yeah, that's life, right? Yo, Rainen, you're making me feel bad for me doing this real life shit. I'm sorry, dude. How old am I? 24. Are you a big football fan? Like following, not just playing American football? Fuck that soccer shit. I'm from Detroit and suburbs of Detroit, so I'm a huge Lions fan. Currently live in Arizona though. Uh, I used to like growing up. I was like a huge football fan. Like I wanted to play in the NFL, like a lot of little kids. I played catch every single day and shit. Not anymore though. I stopped caring about football whenever I could stop playing backyard football. Roti is like a burrito with curry in it. Ooh, I love curry. I love curry. Me and Tekken are both 24. Bait. Do I go to conventions? That costs money. But no. Tekken is 26. That's what I thought, but I saw someone say 24, so I was like, okay. Tekken's 26, huh? Old man. Like, have you and Tech ever met face to face or other YouTubers? No, not at all. I've never met any YouTuber, and me and Techie don't even know each other, so me and Techie would never meet. Like as I said, among the One Piece, especially on the Reverie, the people who do not ever show up or comment at all are Tekking and Chibi. They don't never say anything. They don't like to be a part of the gang for the most part. So I never have an opportunity to talk to them. When's my birthday? January. People say the best aspect of One Piece is world building, but I don't get why that'd be a reason to read a series. For me, the best aspect of the character conflicts. I agree with you. People who say world building is the best is only relevant to the characters experiencing it. Because I've said this before, right? The world is only as good as the characters. Y'all niggas beefing? No, it just... I mean, Tekken's kind of an aloof guy. He's always doing his own thing. He's got his job. He does a video like every day. And I think he just doesn't want to be a part of the community. Like that active. The only people I know that he's talked to regularly is like JB or Roger and whatever DM they're in. Because they've been in streams together and shit. So they're probably the closest people to him that I could think of right now. No one else really talks to him. Or no one's really said so that I've heard. King seems to think you're a Zoro fanboy. That's because King thinks I'm Froob. For whatever fucking reason. I have never said anything to, like, monetize myself as, like, a Zoro fanboy. I never even say anything like that. When you guys always ask me questions about Zoro, I usually have a differing opinion. Is Sawyer in the Reverie? I've never watched. No, Sawyer doesn't have a Twitter yet. Miss JB in the chat. Yeah, I miss JB too. JB's not around as much anymore. I don't know why. It might be some real life shit. Because I know that because of his job, he goes through periods of being busy and not busy. So it's also that. Now, I told you guys, me and JB went through a rough patch over the past 5 months. So I haven't really been in contact with him as much. Just call me Burger? All right. Okay. Got it. None of your other friends are in the manga? I only have one friend of mine that's in the manga. And that's because I forced him into watching One Piece. He watched a bunch of other series, but not ones I really watched that much. Tekken is just very busy. He does his own thing. He doesn't mind talking to Drizzt. I mean, yeah, I mean, I never said he was like, he hated me or anything, right? But like, Tekken's a busy guy. He's got his real life job. He's got his other job. And it just comes down to a personal thing. It's fine. Me and Froob sound the same. Do we though? Like, I feel like me and Froob sound totally different because I've heard my voice a lot. I know. I don't think I sound like Froob. Maybe it's because it's me and it's like it's subjective thing. I don't know. Maybe it's because all the Sanji hate. It's probably that because I mean you guys know I fucking hate Sanji, but I'm not a Zoro tard. You were really impressed with Sawyer last Reverie? Yeah, Sawyer really held it up, man. Khan uploaded Lost Backstory. Yeah, I gotta go watch that after this shit, to be honest. Who's stronger, Zoro or Sanji? Zoro stronger. What is a good first job? To be honest, something that makes you appreciate life. So like it was very humbling. This is my second job that I had, but I worked at McDonald's. And working at McDonald's is what made me want to go to college because I was like, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. Fuck that. You need something that makes you just a normal person, I think. Just what you do to JB. I mean, it was kind of both of our faults, but mostly me. Because me and JB had very different outlooks on how the second half of Whole Cake Island was. I thought it was very bad, and JB thought it was absolute fire every chapter. So when we would talk to each other, it was like different mindsets where I was a cynic, and he was just ridiculously positive. So whenever we would talk about stuff, it would kind of conflict. Like our natural dispositions on the subject would conflict with each other because I was not enjoying Whole Cake Island at all, and JB was just loving it. So it was negative and positive, and it didn't mesh well together. So we didn't really have a lot of like good talks with each other at that point in time. But that's changed because I enjoy One Piece more now. Why are people seeing similarities in Tekken and Drizzt? I've never seen anyone compare me to Tekken. Because you white, y'all sound the same. You're a proud Zoro tart. Hey, live strong, man. Wish you had the time to be a YouTuber. You probably do have time. You just need to be very, very constructive with your time. Yeah, Sawyer's an OG. Nah, just you got to get JB out of here with that whole Kick Island opinion. Listen, he had a point. I mean, it was like I was obviously not liking Whole Cake Island, so I was a pessimist. And the point is that like JB told me, he's like, Drizzt, it's kind of becoming a task to talk with you now because we both don't see eye to eye, so it's not fun to talk. Because I was always complaining. And I was like, I sat back after that because at that point in time, I didn't think he was right. And then I sat back and I was like, well, if I was him, I'd think the same thing. So I just kind of laid back and chilled for a while. And that's why I made that one post on Twitter, like, going into Reverie, I'm going to change my outlook on One Piece because I want to be more positive. And like, I've been loving it ever since. And JB's been really, really busy, so. Get JB in here. JB pops around every once in a while. What was that? What is MHA? My hero. Got fired for fighting in the parking lot. Yo, that's some ghetto shit right there. It's white, teching white. They both like tits. That's all. That's all else you need to know. Nah, man. Like, I feel like at least in the community, I am like the ultimate like oddity. I feel like because my opinion is never, rarely, ever the same outlook on as anyone else's. I am definitely the most aggressive the aggressive cynic in the community by far. Brago is a lot like me in terms of opinion. Me and Brago see eye to eye a lot. And so do me and JB, but me and JB differ on core concepts of how to make theories. But we usually agree on the same shit. There's a spire that's one on my wall. Speaking of spires, I used to have pet tarantulas. They were awesome. Random question: what was the best bitrate to stream on? Well, it depends on your internet speed, Laz. Depends on your internet speed. Which if you stream through Google, if you stream through YouTube, it automatically adjusts to bitrate to what it is best for you. You can't control it anymore. They changed that. Primarily, you can still do it on OBS and shit, but like my bitrate's 3500 right now. I can go higher, but I don't want to risk it because the bitrate, like I'll change the bitrate right now, and I don't think it's gonna change anything. Like I go to 4500. I don't think it will really change that much. What's my favorite breakfast cereal? Rice Krispies with sugar on top. Yeah, we can tell Drizzt when everybody in the call stream was like, what? What are you talking about, Young? Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, just like, I view the story fundamentally different from other people. Because if you get me into a situation with anybody, I feel like, as far as talking and like, memorization and giving examples of my opinions, I feel like a lot of people would be surprised that I can basically spit anything because I feel like I'm fairly intellectual about One Piece. So I can back up my cynicism. You want to stream? What's your internet connection, Rainen? Rice Krispies with sugar leads to diabetes. I'll take it. You being different is actually quite refreshing. Keep being either you or a better you. Where your fans, yeah. I mean, I'm never really gonna change that much unless I actually just like change as a person. If I get older, my opinions stand. I'll never change on them unless someone can convince me otherwise. But I have yet to meet many people that can actually make me change my opinion by using the same logic I use. Which is why that One Piece girl stream went the way it went. It's basically fruit pebbles, right? No, because it's missing the fruit aspect. It's just like it's sugar pebbles. How many times have I reread One Piece? 4? 5. 4 or 5. Somewhere around that number. Approximately. Nah, just we will all grow into grizzled old folks one day. Grizzled, I wish I could grow a beard, man. Drizzt, dude, really appreciate you, man. Just wanted to say you demolish everyone on the Best Women in One Piece stream. If King read his comments, he would have seen me arguing hard in the comments. Yeah, I saw a few of you guys in there amidst the other fans. I know you guys watch their streams as well, but I feel like I did well in debate. In fact, if I was to be honest, I think I kind of demolished it as well. You see, I would like Reverie to be finished before Wano was introduced. It just felt abrupt and really took away from the momentum. Now when Reverie gets brought up, you would have to backtrack. It depends on how it's handled, to be honest. I agree with you. I'm positive because how well Reverie was going, so I'm gonna say it's gonna be handled well. It just depends. I don't know where Oda's gonna go from here. So grow a beard, Drizzt, become a legend. If I could grow one, I would, man. I just can't. Do you like this, Drizzt? I mean, listen, we all change with time. I'll be the same for a while because like I've changed from how I first was because prior to the fall of the castle in Whole Cake Island, I was basically an Oda apologist. I'm basically the opposite now. I'm an Oda critic. Oda critic based on my understanding of the story, because I feel like my understanding of the story is pretty good so far. You were completely correct, and King was trying to argue that greed was bad. Yeah, I mean, I think I was correct on basically everything. I got triggered whenever people. This is like a Western thing I've noticed from my time in the community, but whenever people are denoting or devaluing girls in the community, they resort to saying they're sluts or whores, or they've been given favors, and to me that is the. It honestly gets me pissed off because that's like the worst argument you could possibly make. So whenever Roger said that and like King went along with it, I got like if I had my stream on, you would see me light up in anger. Like if you go back and check, as soon as that said, I called them both faggots. as soon as they said that because I got pissed. Yeah, that's an easy way to trigger me because it's like the worst argument ever. People need to separate facts from personal opinions. Just say, I'm not the biggest fan of Nami. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know you guys, I saw in the comments that people were like, oh, Drizzt is gonna, because like whenever King had Nami at number 15, I saw a few of you saying Drizzt versus Cole, but I was totally fine with him having his opinion of Nami. It's whatever. I just don't like the justification. Because I like when people have their opinions, that's fine. That's why I didn't really bother much at other people's lists, because it's like, you know, whatever. They can give their reasons, but it turned downhill because they basically started arguing nothing to me and using it as a justification. I'm like, no. Like I told King, like, listen, if you're just going to put her above simply for the fact that you just like her more, then that's fine. Like, I said that before we started to argue, and I was like, but just admit it. Like, there's nothing actually wrong with it. You just like one person more than the other. And he said, no. Because people just, they don't get it. That's why I came with the facts. The Carfax. The Carfax. What, I missed the stream, what was this? And you called them faggots? Yeah, I called them, I called specifically, I was like, you're a faggot. While they were talking. So they probably heard it, but I literally said, you're a faggot. For saying that. Like, that got me triggered, because that's like the worst argument ever. And they didn't mean it that way, but regardless of, like, I don't even like that being used as a joke. I don't even like it being used as a joke, because it just reminds me of just like, oh, just fucking ridiculous shit. Just say you like him better. That's fine. I don't care. Hey, just was Perona on anyone's list? Yeah, she was on my list. She was on my list. Drizzt, does it seem weird to you how little Robin shares about the Pongos with the crew and nobody even asks? Well, that's this. It's only as weird to the fact that that's the same thing with every part of the crew. They don't share anything. They aren't really a crew. They're not actually family. That's because Oda does not focus on characters, like character interactions. What's my credit score? I'm not telling you that. You could have argued that with Robin would be a great prostitute based on our devil fruit, but that was not the argument. Well, it just astonished me that, like, whenever that came up, and I was in the stream for 4 hours after that stream ended, talking, just chilling with Brago, King, and Roger, so it's no hard feelings, but like when they said that about Nami but didn't try, like, argued against it for Robin, I was just like, whoa, what the hell is this? Like, absolute insanity. But I mean, if you were to ask me, I feel like I won everything talking about Robin and above. I won ridiculously hard because there was nothing they actually said to counter any of my points. They just reaffirmed what I said was true, and it just came down to, well, despite that, they like her more, so that's fine. Do I have a bottom 5 worst girls in One Piece? Smoothie would be down there, I assure you. My credibility within the community? My credibility within the community, I would say, is like average. Like I'm not that well known, but the people who know me think I'm credible to a degree. You respect, yeah, respect to Roger. Roger, like, I mean, after I, like, when, at that point, there was really nothing you could say. It just came down to, well, I still like her more, which is totally fine. You can like whoever you want to like for the reasons you like them, but I will not stand by for just false information based on the fact that you're trying to devalue someone based on something that isn't actually true. If you just admit that you like because of your own opinion, that's fine. But don't say something and pretend that it's true when it's not. Because the way the Western Hemisphere thinks of Nami is probably the most repugnant and disgusting thing I've ever seen. And it's really only towards Nami. And you guys know I'm a Nami fanboy, so it triggers me. Okay, this is a noob question. What is a simp? What is that? I've never even heard of that before. Biggest Robin fanboy, but you are right, Drizzt. Robin pre-Tanska was way better than how she is now. Just a background character, which is sad, but oh well. I mean, that's not just Robin. As I said in the stream, that's literally the entire crew, except for a select few characters. Can you explain to me what headcanon is? It's basically a wish or a want. Provide backed up with little evidence. Simpleton? Oh. That's it? You can't just say simpleton, you have to say simp? Alright. I mean, whatever. What do I mean by Western Hemisphere? I mean like this side of the globe. The shit that's said about Nami is never said on the other side of the globe. No one even brings that shit up. But that, like, if especially on YouTube, that's literally the only thing people say. Rubber always bounces back. Where is this Luffy quote from? Rubber always bounces back. That's pre-time skip. Somewhere pre-time skip. I don't know where. Commodore Simp Sama. The shots to Laz. That's my boy. Have I heard of Nel-Zell formula? No. My head is itchy. I'm a warlord of tubers. I hope so. Oh, it's from Moria? Is that really? Is that? Rubber always bounces back. When does he say that? It's not when he gets crushed, right? Because he says, because I'm rubber. I don't get why people hate / avoid headcanon. I feel headcanon can bring up good debates and keep streams going longer than usual. Well, that's because headcanons, depending on the person you're talking to, are really cancerous because not a lot of that has justification. Laz on his knees for Zolo. Zolo. I like how Zolo is like an insult. It turned into an insult. But yeah, Laz give a mad head to Zoro. He would totally suck all over his stitches. Is Akainu the same tier as Yonko or Aokiji and Akainu equal? Akainu's stronger, but Aokiji's not far behind. But the key thing in there is that out of the battle, Aokiji's the only person that's been permanently maimed and missing a limb. So there's kind of the difference in ability. Akainu is wanked so hard by Oda that I would put him on the same tier as Yonko. Best One Piece hentai artists, they're all trash for the most part. Four kids is an insult. That's true, I guess, yeah. Land reactions. Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing? I like the carrot hentai. Oh, geez Louise. Guys, what are your thoughts for the rest of Reverie? I think it'll be talking until Dragon rolls up and takes on M? I don't know about him taking on M. I think if that happens, he'll be catching those hands. But I don't know. Kind of the same opinion as you, Papa, because like there's only so much you can talk about in terms of what you think's gonna happen at Reverie, because a lot of it's just kind of like set in stone shit. You can't stand hentai? I can. Lewd. Man, I can't wait to watch this con video. Ooh, that looks good. Good dude, if you could have one Straw Hat go through a deep and really defining story to individualize them, who do you think needs it the most? I think Chopper or Frankie needs that. Well, I think they all need it. And I think they'll all get it. Chopper or Frankie? Well, it's kind of like, well, what's the end goal of the arc? Because I feel like they all are going to get their own separate, like, secondary arc. So, I mean, Usopp's going to get one in Elbaf. Nami's going to get one in Emerald City. Zoro's going to get one in Wano. The others will get them somewhere along the way, I would imagine. But between Chopper or Frankie, I would personally like Frankie to get it. Because I like Frankie. What was my favorite TV show as a kid? Ed, Edd n Eddy. For sure. Oh, what I want the art to contain to make a character change for Frankie? I'm not sure. Something relevant to his parents, I would assume, would have to be the trick, although it's extremely redundant, but that's the only thing that I can really guess. We need to make a top 18 hentai stream. Speaking of the top stream, Roger is going to be hosting a top 20 power level stream soon. Depending on the time, I might be in it. Oh yeah, Courage the Cowardly Dog is awesome. 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 Loved it. It's an amazing show, honestly. Amazing show. Why do I love Nami so much? I would suggest going to the top One Piece Girl stream. Get your answer because that would be a long speech. I think that's possible, Ulrich. Cancer's gonna be real. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Not cancerous at all. Oh, it's gonna be cancerous. The cancer will be strong. Believe me. I don't think I'll get copyright strikes for doing this, but this song is so funny. I'm not gonna risk it. House of Imaginary Friends was a great show. I never watched it. Am I doing another horror reading? Maybe at some point in time. By the way, what do you think of the School of Kitetsu swordsmiths? I'm thinking the legend we see will be a swordsmith. Why do you think the lurking legend is a swordsmith, Vikas? Honestly, I just want to see Zoro get bodied by a commander. I would love to see that. I don't hate Zoro. It's just crazy that people think he could breeze through one when Luffy struggled against two of them. I hope Zoro gets bodied. I would actually like to see that. Ever watch Hey Arnold and Cat Dog? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey Arnold was a really good show. I liked Hey Arnold way more than Cat Dog. Way more. Ooh. Golly. Take a One Piece quiz. They are dead easy. One Piece. I feel like all the sites just have mad viruses, bro. All right, we'll do this then. Oh, shit, here we go. Okay. All right. The person other than Roger that Garp hunted was Jack. Is this a recent one? 425. Person to show any sign of hockey was Chapter 1, Shanks. The other legend who was a Marine other than Garp and Sengoku was... Well, this is actually debatable. You could totally argue Suru, but she just had the same portrayal. But, I mean, I would say Kong's a legend. Zephyr's not even canon, so who the fuck would do Zephyr? But, I mean, the old people trio, Kong has only been in the series once. I don't even know if I would call him a legend over Suru. John Giant, Jaguar Diesel, that's just hilarious. I don't know why Zephyr would be an answer. He's not even canon. Is this Ultimate Piece quiz on randomly anywhere in the story until chapter 902. So this is the story. So this is canon. I've never even seen Film Z, so I'll just pick Zephyr. Whitebeard's last words were, "Farewell, my sons." Even that, yeah. This is the most iconic, but his last words were actually farewell and sons, because after that he says it's been a good journey. Then he dies. Who gave Luffy the worst beating so far? Akainu, Magma Fist, Magellan, Katakuri. I would argue Magellan actually beat Luffy way worse, considering that he was literally about to die, and Luffy had to lose 10 years of his life to get back from it. But I know the objective answer, people are just going to say Katakuri because he actually beat him. You say Magellan? All right. I think it's Magellan, but I think the answer is going to be Katakuri because of bias. If you, I don't know, you think it's actually One Piece is real? Because last words, that's kind of like, I don't know, does it have to be spoken or thought? I don't know. I guess someone has to hear it. I guess so. One Piece is, we'll do that one because this was thought, but. Kaido captured the supernova. Who was it? Okay, kid. Whose bounty is 108? Is that Broggy? It's either a Rouge or Broggy. Or is a Rouge below 100? I don't know about that. I forget this one. Was Broggy? What the fuck was his bounty? It was over. It was like 100, wasn't it? 100 exactly? It has to be a Rouge. He's a supernova. Jinbei's mentor was Arlong. For sure. Fujitora was the purple tiger. Kuma's epithet was the tyrant. Shiki escaped and pulled down after. Oh, god damn it. I don't. 3 years? I literally don't remember this one. I fucking don't remember this one. I feel like 2.5 is just bullshit. It has to be two. It has to be either 3 or 2. 3 is a weird number. 2 is more. I'm gonna do 2 because it's like time skip. We'll do that. Big Mom called Kaido SOB. Yeah, SOB. That son of a bitch. Thing. Save days. Obert's cause of death was ran out of energy. Loss of too much blood. What? What? That's an answer? Yeah. That's a stupid answer. I think that might be it, though. I mean, he did get shot a billion times. There's definitely no way it's a ran out of energy. That's bullshit. Loss of too much blood. It's got to be loss of too much blood. He got shot a billion times. Ran out of energy is like such a vague thing. That's like ran out of life, because energy means life. He died because he died. That's what this answer means. You would go ran out of energy? That's so redundant, though. He died because he died. What? You think so? I don't know. I feel like vague answers are automatically wrong most of the time. These two are specific and this one's vague. All right, we'll go with ran out of energy. Katakuri's bounty. It was either 57. Wasn't it 58? Billion 58. I don't think it was 57. 58? That sounds like a better number. Definitely not 56. 57? Is it? 57. All right, we'll do that. Let's test the results. Oh, you were right. Oh, well, that's really... energy was right. Tyrant. 2 years. All right. I guess that one, I guess. I'm surprised son of a bitch wasn't the answer. Ran out of energy. That is such a shitty answer. God damn it. That is a shit. Okay, let's go. The fuck? Are you a true One Piece fan? I don't know. Let's find out. The mayor of Luffy's hometown, Windmill Village, was Woodsap. No, it wasn't Woodslap. It was Woodsap, wasn't it? Ooh, that's a... I feel like this is close. This might have been Woodslap. Time to cheat. Oh, well, hello, baby. I'm gonna say false. Just, I feel like it was Woodsap. We'll do that. All officer agents 0 through 5 in Baroque Works have devil fruits. 0 through 5. Well, that fat guy, his dog was a devil fruit. Does that count? You think that would count? Was he number 0 through 5? Would that count? Have devil fruits. True? I mean, I guess that would count, but I don't. All right. Oda, the author of One Piece, stated in an SBS corner that if any root, yes. Chimney from Water 7 is a mermaid like her grandma. No. Right? No, she's like half, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go. 4 CP9 members were in Water 7 undercover. Luno, Khalifa, Kaku, Lucci. Am I forgetting someone else? That's it, right? I think so. In Thriller Borg, Hallback had a dope. No. In Sabaody, Luffy had the highest bounty out of the Love Super. No. In the Paramount War, Edward Newgate Whitebeard died before Porticus the Ace. No. Fisher Tiger starred the Sun Pirates. Yes. On Plum said one half of the island was hot and the other was cold because Aokiji and Kainu fought each other there. Yes. 8 out. Oh, I missed 2? God damn it. What I miss? What? What I miss? It had to be that the agents in Alabasta one. What the hell is this? That's two. God damn it. Alright, we'll do this one then. Who ate the Mark fruit? Vanderdecken. In which gear does Luffy coat his body, arm, and hockey and still have... Well, I wonder which one. Gear 1? What type of hockey does Usopp have? Observation. Who teaches Zoro hockey? Brook, Tashigi, Kinemon, Hawkeye. At least make... Come on. Who's Whitebeard's first division commander? I don't know. Let's could be Ace. How many emperors are there? Wait, how recent is this? This was developed last year. That's not. This has to be 4 because it's not the Goku yet. I don't think so. I don't know when this test was made. Who teaches Luffy hockey? Goldie Roger. Whose crew is Usopp's father in? Big Mom, Kaido, Shanks, Blackbeard. Who is Luffy's music? Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I hope. This is what I want the answer to be. Nobody. Was Brooke. Which fruit did Capone Beige eat? The castle fruit. 10 out of 10. Haha. One Piece test hardcore 100 questions. Alright, let's fucking do it. Who was supposed to be the first shot to join the... Oh! Do fucking Nami, you bitch. It was Nami. Who was the man who summoned the dragon that later Ryuma would kill? Oh shit, this is monsters. Flare. It's one of these two. It's Tyranno or Flare. I forget which one it is. It's this one, right? It's the last one? I haven't read Monsters in so long. Fuck. I think it's the last one. What do you guys think? It's DR? Doctor? Who is that an actual name? Really? His name was DR? I feel like this would be a... okay, Vika says... We'll go with you, Vika's DR. Okay. What's the name of the girl who fed onigiri to Zoro when he was arrested by Helmeppo? Rika or Rurika? I know it's an R. Fuck. One of these two. Rika or Rurika? I feel like Rika's a simple name for a little girl. I think it's Rika. We'll go with Rika. What's written on Morgan's jaw? Oh, God. Okay, I don't know this one. Who the fuck looks at Morgan? Vestigate. Kaigan. Aizen Mo with a tilde above it. More. I'm gonna do Mo. What was the name of the band who tried to kill Luffy when he was Yuma? What does Buggy hate the most? People making fun of his nose. Who is the mayor of Orangetown? Kironi. No way, it has to be Boodle. Boodle? I wish it was Chocho. Dick? There's no Wood Slap. Nope. Kironi and Boodle. I think it's Boodle. Forget that bitch's name. Boodle, right? No? I think it was Boodle. We're gonna go Boodle. What's the name of Kabuji's fighting style? I don't think it's acrobatic. Acrobatic circus murder. Circus arts cost. Oh my god. Fuck. Who cares about Kabuji? Damn it. It's not the acro no arts. Acro. I feel like it might be circus. I don't know, but acrobatics is kind of what he did though. Wasn't it? Acrobatics? Think it was acrobatics? Okay, we'll go acrobatics then. What mark does Buggy leave on Luffy's hat? 3 cuts with his knife. Yep. A large cut to the top. Well, it's 3 cuts on the top of his hat. Three cuts with his. Well, it should be 3 cuts on the top of the hat. Because that's actually what happened, because all 3 of his daggers went through the hat. So, 3 cuts. How many men does Usopp originally claim he has? 8,000 men. Ramen. Alright. What is the name of the 3 boys who were part of Usopp's village? Tomato. Tomato? Engine? I think I remember Shio. I know Shio was one. We have 3 options with Shio. Usopp comes from Syrup Village, so tomato might make sense. There was one for tomato, right? No? Tomato, 4th option? Okay. I'm just gonna do the 5th one. Fuck that. Who designed the Going Merry? Mary. What rank was Full Body when he was first introduced? Lieutenant? Why won't Sanji attack this hand? Because he's a bitch. Arms are for Merrimos. I can know who made this list. He needs him to smoke. His parents taught him so. He needs him to cook. Where is Mihawk's current home? Or Ghana. Which one of the two is Johnny? The one with the red clothing, the one with the blue clothing, the one with the green clothing. The one with the red clothing, the one with the green clothing, the one with the blue clothing. Well, Johnny was blue, right? Blue? I think it was blue. Johnny was blue, and then the other dude was green. Who is the fisherman that is defeated by Sanji? Hirobi. How many times has Nami held all Luffy's hat form? Canon only, no anime or chapter covers. 2. What, technically? Technically, it's 3 because she did it in Jaya as well. So we have Skypiea, we have All Along Park, but she also did it in Jaya whenever Luffy got hit by Bellamy. She was holding his straw hat while holding him onto the while checking him on the ground. I just want to. Chapter 2 to 4. I want to show you the panel just so you know. She's holding it right here. She's holding it right here, so. I don't think they're going to count that. I'll go 2. Which of the following has never worn the straw hat, Robin? Well, Robin has worn it. Sweet Pea? Chopper. Chopper's never worn the hat. That one. Are Queen and Tashigi the same person? No, it was deconfirmed. Well, they both have different ages. So, yeah. If they have different ages for Oda, I would say that's pretty much deconfirmed. But it's never he never actually stated that it was a different person, but different ages. Usopp wore on the Foxy back, Davy back fight thing. Yeah, Robin wore it whenever they first met. She had the hat on top of her hat. Ever been confirmed or unconfirmed? Well, that's such a weird thing because it's not necessarily. He didn't answer in SBS. He just gave them different ages. I'll take that as what it is. Alvino reveals the shade of fruit. What is his name? It's the Sube no Mi, right? I think it's the Sube. Or is that Khalifa's? I think it's the Sube. That's my guess. What about you guys? You say Sube? Sube, that's what I thought. How many years does the balloon wait for the Rumbar Pirates to come back? 50. What is the name of Mr. Nine's weapons? Mr. Nine? Mr. Nine? Acrobacy sticks. Acrobats. Acrobats? That sounds like something Oda would do. Let's go acrobats. Who married Mr. Nine? Not Paula. Miss Monday? Monday? Wednesday? Monday? Miss Monday? I want to say Miss Monday because I don't remember who the fuck Miss Monday is, or like it just feels like an unimportant thing. It has to be Miss Monday, right? I'm going instinct. Monday, if it was Buff Woman. I was fuck it, Monday. Who was left on the boat during the beginning trip to Little Garden? Fucking Usopp and Sanji? I don't think like Nami was running around left and then later stayed and then later left. Nami was in the wax. I know Usopp stayed behind. Nami and Usopp, they're but I don't remember. Okay, we'll go Nami Usopp. How is Miss Golden Week defeated? I feel like it's either Karu or Usopp. I know Nami didn't hit her. BB didn't slash her. And Luffy didn't punch her. I think it's Karu. I think it's Karu. How tall is the highest of Jump Rocks? 4,000? 3,000 meters? 3,000 meters, I think, right? It's not 5, it's not 2, and it's not 8, and it's not 800. I think it's 3,000. I think it's 3. 52,800? Right, right. Yeah, this was mentioned as soon as Luffy climbed up, and Crayhaw was like, did he climb up this mountain? It's blank meters high. I'm going to assume it's 3. 3 reminds me, I think. What were Hillock's last words? What a great life I've had. 5,000? Fuck off. Which words does Luffy use to finally convince Chopper to join? Shut up. Freedom. Freedom! I think it's a shut up. Who is considered the strongest resident in Alabasta? The strongest resident? The fuck? Resident? They mean literal? Color Chaka? Resident. Resident. Pell? Or was Crocodile's oldest rain base? Nanohana, Arumalu, Alubarna. I remember Alubarna. Poses a character. Rain Diners is not the answer. Arumalu. Arumalu? That, I think it was Alubarna. Alubarna. What was the name of Daz Bones fruit? Tori no Mi Toge. It's one of these two. Oh, hello, single woman looking for men in Irwin. What the fuck was it? He had no fruit. That's definitely the answer. Supa? Supa? I don't know. I don't fucking remember. We'll do Supa. 15 meals. What's the episode of Bellamy's first mate, Sarkis with the Q? Or it's Big Knife. Big Knife Sarkis. Blue hair Sarkis. Big Knife. What does Blackbeard say to Luffy? Live your life how you want to. Rise to the sky. Ignore Bellamy. People's dreams never die. Who captures the South Bird? Robin. How high is the White Sea? 10,000 meters? Ten thousand. We'll go 10,000. Not these two. It's gotta be 10 or 7. I think it's 10. We'll go 10. Who is the priest of the ordeal of string? Corey? Sure is bird guy. Gadatsu's Gadatsu. Hodori is fat boy. Hotori. Actually, wait. Satori is the fat boy. Hotori is his brother. That's Kotori? Or is Kotori's brother too? Not sure, right? Satori's fat boy. Sure is bird guy. Gadatsu's Gadatsu. Hotori? No. Shura. These are the twins, though. Gotta be Shura. I must be remembering the guy wrong. It's gotta be Shura. Who is the captain of the White Berets? Who the fuck remember McDonald's? McKinley? McKinley? McComey sounds stupid. McDavid sounds retarded. McKinley has to be right. That sounds normal. We're gonna do McKinley. Luffy woke up only to tell her the location of some gold he found. Where is it located? I don't remember this one. Is it Nola? Or is it, I think it's at the Golden Bell. Nola, right? Because there was gold in there, but did he actually say Nola? Yeah, we'll do Nola. Which of these outfits is Foxy not sport during his fight in the Sexy Foxy? Nurse, Porsche, cook. Cook. I remember the nurse. I think he tried Porsche. I don't remember cook. Gotta be cook, I think. I don't remember the cook, though. What's the name of Tondrit's horse? Shelly. What's the name of Iceberg's pet? Tyrannosaurus. What is the color of Paulie's glasses? What? I want to say orange. Is orange right? You said orange, orange. Okay, I think it's orange. Which CP member regretted not being able to live the life in Water 7 anymore? Wands. Shit, I don't remember this one. Was it Kaku? I want to say Kaku or Bluno. I think it's Kaku. How many cabins did the Puffing Tom feature? Excluding the engine room. Oh! Four? Fucking... Excluding the engine room. I feel like... It's definitely not 9 or 8. It's one of these. 6? I don't know. Excluding the engine room. That would be an odd number. Maybe it's 5. Because if it includes the engine room, it's 6, and that's an even number. I'm going to go 5 for this one. What's the name of the orange-haired gatekeeper? Kashi? Kashi? One was the brown one, right? Brown-haired guy? Kashi's the orange? I don't even know who the fuck Hugh Blenheim is. I want to say Kashi. Oimo, Kashi? Kashi's the fat one? Is he? It's not Oimo? Alright, we'll go Oimo then. What's the name of the chief professor of Ohara? Treble? Treble. Trevor. Clover. Where does Sniper Island reside? In my heart. What's the name given to the ship spirit? Clotter. Waterman. Clahador. Corridor. The Cerberus is part dog, and part fox. What is the following is not one of Sindri's quirks? Wishing bad things for Hogback, serving pools without fates, destroying plates, standing in front of Hogback, forcing Hogback to eat dishes of object entirely. The last one. Destroys plates, serves food without the plates, wishes bad things. Yeah. What's the zombie number for ores? 363? It's not 666, that's retarded. 363? Or was it 900? 900. 900 is looking good. Oh, fucking hell. I feel like there is some number that I think it's 9. I want to say 9 now. 900? Okay, we'll go 900 then. What's the name of Lola's fighting style? Marriage Kempo, Let's Get Married Arts, Bridal Arts, Bridal Arts? Who the fuck remembers Lola's fighting style? God damn it. I think it was Bridal something. Bride. What the hell does Hana Yome mean? Bride Kempo? Alright, I'll go with that. Who's the original captain of the Rumbar Pirates? Laboon. Who the hell was Marito Suki? Yorkie. What is Shaki's real name? Shaku. Yaku. Why can't Papagu speak? He thought he was a human, I think, right? That's his backstory? I think that's it, yeah. In which order were the Straw Hats scattered? Zoro, Brook. No, Robin was technically last for me. Was it Chopper? Ranking. One of these two. Nami. I don't know. I forget if Nami was before or after Chopper. I think she was before. So sure. Fourth one? Last one does seem plausible. I think you're right. I think the fourth one's right. Why was Luffy affected by the... Why was Luffy affected by the Mero Mero Mellow? What? Which of these names was never used by idealized... Which of these names was never used by idealized Luffy in Hancock's fantasies? Ooh. It's either you or Hammock. I think Hammock. Does he say you? I don't remember you. You think Hammock was used? You? Hmm. I'll go with you. That seems unfamiliar to me. Why does Magellan have diarrhea every day according to him? His devil fruit. What is Domino's current time skip occupation? Uh, not warden, not retired. Head jailer, vice head jailer. Head jailer? We'll go head jailer. Which of the following is not part of Hannibal's underwear collection? Little Faces of Magellan? I don't know this one. Gotta be breasts and strawberries, right? Little faces. I don't remember that. Breast. Little faces of Magellan. Which one? I don't know which one it is. I want to say Little Faces of Magellan. This is the one that he doesn't have. He didn't have breasts as part of it. So no breasts. This is not a part of his collection. I know he had strawberries. So what he didn't have is Little Faces of Magellan. See you later, WoW. Okay, we'll go breasts then. Which of the Blackbeard pirates that escaped from level 6 did not wear a prisoner uniform at Marineford? Vol Pizarro. Then Ogre didn't escape. Vol Pizarro, right? He had that shit going on. Yeah, I think so. Which of the following was not at Marineford during the days of the war? What? Dragon, what? Which of the following received the less damage during the war Marineford? The least amount of damage. Mr. 3, Akainu, Kuriel, Whitebeard, Kuma. The fuck is Kuriel? We didn't get messed up that much. Gotta be Kuma. Nothing really happened to him. What was the name of the chief who summoned Satan Sama? Picori? I want to say Picori. I don't know. I want to go Picori. Who voiced Amaro Black? Sanji. What name does Shirahoshi give to Nami? Nami Chin-sama. Who is the weakest Straw Hat according to Oda? Up. What did Shirahoshi say to her? Wasn't her type? What is the color of Peckham and Tamago's outfit? Pink. What is Zeo's most notable quirk? Is this Zoro or Leo? Zayo? Who the fuck is Zayo? Wait, Zayo. I don't remember this guy. Oh, he's the guy that goes to Fishman Island. Oh, so he never missed defeating a weakness then. Okay. What hasn't been stuck on Virgo's face? That's been stuck. Bread's been stuck. French fries? I don't remember French fries on Virgo's face. I remember spoon. I remember hamburger. Bread. I don't remember fries. Fries? We'll go fries. Who was responsible for the Rocky Port incident? Ivankov. What was the name of the girl at Punk Hazard that sacrificed herself for the sake of others? That was the bitch Mocha. Yeah. Doka King. Which of the following characters says Dasuyan? Oh, how could you forget this? Fucking Buffalo. Dasuyan! What type of devil fruit did Smiley eat? The amphibian fruit, right? Yeah. What was the royal name of the eldest princess of Dressrosa? Yo. The royal name. Viola, not Violet. But I know her name's Viola, but does royal name mean any difference? Royal name. I only know her as Viola. What type is Trouble's devil fruit? Annoying. Paramecia. Which of the following was not said by Jorah? Did you call me mermaid, supermodel, Aphrodite? Did you call me Boa Hancock? Mermaid, right? Either mermaid or super. You say? I think she said Aphrodite. Mermaid. Aphrodite. They spelled Aphrodite wrong. So I'm going to go with this. Which of the following hasn't been used by someone when he was a Dofi pirate? Hasn't been used by someone when he was a Dofi pirate. Hobby no Mi. That's so Sugar, Law, Nagi Nagi, Jiro Jiro, Ito Ito. Ito Ito, isn't that Dofi's? So Jiro Jiro, Nagi Nagi no Mi? Nagi Nagi. I don't remember this one. Do Nagi Nagi. What is the real name of Dofi's string clone technique according to him? Marionetto, right? This one? The fourth one? Yeah, I saw it, Victor. Black Knight, really? It's not Marionetto? Where's Brago? Brago should know this shit. I'll do Marionetto. Which of the following was not seen pushing the birdcage? Kuros, Sai, Frankie, Cavendish, Fujitora. Kuros, because he was fighting Diamante. Cavendish? You do that? I mean, Cavendish was subdued by Robin. But then he saved Robin twice. Did he push after that? I don't remember if Cavendish coming back and pushing the birdcage. I know Kuros fought Diamante. I'll say Kuros because Kuros was in a fight. Which day does Luffy leave Fuchsia Village? Oh my god. What the fuck is this? Someone pick a date on. I'll pick that because I have no fucking clue. What day is Luffy's birthday? I don't fucking remember. It was earlier in the year, wasn't it? February 2nd? I feel like Luffy's birthday already passed in the year. It has to be February 2nd. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it was May. Ooh. What, is his birthday in May? That was earlier in the year. February 3rd? Fuck you. May 5th? We'll go with May 5th. According to Oda's message in Volume 0, what age was Luffy during Sabaody? Volume 0. 17. '96. Right. It's not 16. Luffy was 17. Or did he get a 16? This is what he said in Volume 0? Luffy started the story out 17. He's 19 now. Luffy's 19. It has to be 17. Unless there's some technicality, like his birthday just passed, like right on that day or something, where the volume came out. If Nami were to be from our real world, which country would she be from? Sweden. Easy. Next. How many swords has Zoro owned as his own during as his own? So Wado, Shisui broke one, and then he got a replacement. 4? Right? 4. Oh, wait. Oh. He broke 2 of them against Mihawk. He had 3 to start off, broke 2, got 2 new ones in Alabasta. So that's 3, 5. Broke 1 in Eni's lobby. Got Shisui. That's 6. Six, I think, right? Start with 3, broke 2, got 2, broke 1, got another. That would be 6. Did he buy? Only those blades? Well, I mean, he must have. I mean, he was using them. I'm gonna say 6. I think it's 6. Who is Sogeking? Is this a troll question? Like, am I supposed to say none of the presented? What did Luffy was on by bronze statue? Boom, boom. The famous OST Hangeki no Noroshi, also known as Walk to Shiki's Palace, is a remix of a previous One Piece OST. Overtaken? When did the anime first air? I think it was 99. I could be wrong. This is looking like a good date. September 20th, 1998. I don't remember. What would you guys pick? November 20th? That's looking all right. Over. Third one? All right, let's go third. Who is Oda's manga role model? Toriyama. Kubo, yeah, right. How many manga chapters is One Piece supposed to be approximately have in total, according to Oda? 1,200. Or is it? Did he say 12 or 15? I want to say 15. Or 12. Was it 12? I think it's 12. I vaguely remember. I think it was like 1,400, I remember, though. I mean, I think it's an estimation by the fandom, though. 1,200 sounds about right. One Piece is traditional books only, no Bibles or encyclopedias, according to the Wikipedia. Traditional books only, no Bibles or encyclopedias, according to the best-selling. Fifth best. The fifth? Ninth, fifth. Pick a number. I don't know what the answer here. Seventh? Got it. Got it. I don't know what the fuck to pick here. Does anyone have any idea? The second, alright. According to Oda, the main protagonists are Luffy, Zoro, Nami. They are this would be easy. The main triggers of the story are Luffy, Zoro, and Nami. Next question. Which of the following concepts was actually maintained by Oda? Which of the following characters is missing from the first chapter cover of One Piece? Zoro. Which word best describes One Piece? This has to be a troll question. Has to be. Action C, Nakama, Kaizoku. Friendship. Nakama and friendship was like the same fucking thing. I'm gonna say Nakama. We correctly answered 80 out of 100. On average, the total amount of right answers is 46. We got 80. All right. All right, where we get wrong? Oh, it was acrobatics. Okay. 8,000 men. All right, so this, I think Vika said this in the chat. Five. Am I retarded? I'm a Luna fanatic. I didn't think they would count that one time in Jaya. Oh, let's do this. Held Luffy's hat. Along Park. Wait, are they counting the times that Nami's fixed the hat? Because that's not holding the hat for him. That's just fixing the hat. Because you have whenever she fixed the hat for Luffy after Buggy, and then in Alabasta. That would be 5 if you include the Jaya one. Are they counting? That's holding the hat for Luffy? That doesn't count. Are you fucking kidding me? That's just him giving her the hat to fix. That's retarded. No. What other moments other than that? Hasn't happened post time skip yet. That's a bunch of shit. Oh, it was 52 for the time skip. All right. 52. It was 5,000 meters for this as well. All right, I was wrong. Rain Diners? It was Rain Base. Fuck. All right. Oh, was Porsche? All right. It was 6? Are you kidding me? Fuck off. Bridal arts for Lola's fighting style. I knew it. I told you guys Nami went before Chopper. Fuck. God damn it. Ugh. Tilted. Oh, okay, so it was Hammock. Okay. I know I got. Okay, I realized I got that one after poison food, right? Little Faces of Magellan was wrong. Mr. Three's right, I guess. All right. I guess bread hasn't been stuck on Virgo's. Fries have been stuck on his face? Okay. I never would have guessed that. It was Law? He was basically under his banner, but I guess he's not directly a Dofi pirate, so. Alright. Alright, it wasn't Marionette, though. Cavendish! It was Cavendish! Son of a bitch! What? Fucking hell. But it was a 2-year skip. He's 19. So it's like a year and like 11 months or something? Alright. I was right on Zora's swords. Thank God. Oh, you guys are right on the airing. October 20th. 1200. Oh, it's the second best book series of all time? Okay. Alright. Won a bunch of cheats. Alright, boys. That's going to be it for the stream. I want to go watch watch Lost Flashback so I can get feels. Thanks for all dropping by, and sorry that it got real during the stream. It won't ever happen again, unless you want it to. Audio.